For the first year of my freelance editing career, I was absolutely miserable. I was grinding 10-hour days, editing for $10 gigs, and watching other editors land $1,500 plus lines while I was stuck in the same place. I thought the problem was my skills, not having a portfolio, but none of that changed anything until I understood the actual game. So in this video, I'm breaking down the 5 things that completely changed how I approach freelance video editing. These are the exact mindset and business shifts that took me from $10 gigs to charging 3 to 4 figures per project. And if you watch till the end, it will save you months, maybe years of spinning your wheels. Here is the harsh truth that no one tells you when you are starting out. Your editing skills are not a limiting factor. I know that sounds crazy because you have probably spent hundreds of hours watching tutorials and practicing your craft. But think about it. There are thousands of editors with incredible skills who are still charging peanuts. And there are editors with mediocre skills charging $1,500 plus per video. Do you know what the real difference is? The editors making real money are not the ones with the best editing skills. They are the ones who are best at acquiring clients. They understand that your editing ability is just heuristics, and what actually separates you from the 99% is your ability to find clients, pitch them, and close them. This is why I stopped obsessing over becoming the best editor and started obsessing over becoming the best at client acquisition. And that single shift changed everything for me. So the question isn't how do I become a better editor, the question is how do I become better at finding and landing clients. When I started freelancing, I was trying to be everything to everyone. I was pitching educational creators, finance channels, documentary channels, gaming channels, and even podcasters, literally anyone who made video content. And you know what happened? I got ghosted by everyone because my pitch wasn't specific and my positioning was all over the place. Then I made a decision that sounds simple but changed everything. I picked one niche and committed to it. I chose educational YouTube creators. Now I knew when I reach out to them, I could speak their language, I know their pain points, I understood what makes a good educational video. I could reference the specific videos and explain exactly how I would improve them. Suddenly, my pitch was not generic anymore. It felt personal and my response rate went from 2% to 15%. That's a 7x increase just by niching down. You see, when you're a generalist, you're competing with everyone. And when you're a specialist, you're competing with nobody. So, pick one niche, one creator category, one platform, and become the expert in that niche. Your pitch will be better and your response rates will skyrocket. For the first 6 months, my strategy was pure volume. I was sending 50 plus cold DMs every single day. Generic messages, template-based pitches, just throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping something stuck. I was exhausted, I was getting ghosted constantly, and I was starting to think that cold outreach just did not work. But then I realized I was approaching this all wrong. I thought instead of trying to reach 100 creators with a generic message, what if I focused on building genuine relationships with 5 creators in my niche? So I changed my strategy. I picked 5 educational creators that I genuinely liked, and instead of sending them a pitch, I started engaging with their content. I watched their videos, I left heartful comments, and after 2 to 3 weeks of genuine engagement, I sent them a personalized message. Not a pitch, just a genuine offer to help them improve one of their videos. And you know what? I started getting positive responses asking me for proof on how I can help them. It's that simple. Relationships always beat cold outreach at scale. One warm relationship is worth 100 cold DMs. Because a warm relationship comes with trust, it comes with context, it comes with genuine interest. So stop trying to reach everyone and start building real relationships with the right people. When I was starting out, I thought my portfolio was the most important thing. So I spent weeks building this perfect portfolio website. And you know how many clients I got from that portfolio? Zero. Literally zero. But then I started building my personal brand on X, Instagram, and LinkedIn. I started sharing behind the scenes of my process. I started sharing my work and testimonials from clients I had worked with. I started being visible and present in my niche. And suddenly creators started reaching out to me. Not because of my portfolio website, but because they knew me, they had seen my content, and they trusted me. A portfolio shows what you have done in the past, and a personal brand shows who you are, what you know, and what you can do for people right now. And that's exactly what gets you hired. So instead of obsessing over your portfolio, obsess over your personal brand. Share your process and wins across all your socials. Be visible, be helpful, be present. Here is something nobody tells you. The imposter syndrome never goes away. Even now, after landing dozens of clients and making 5 figures from editing, I still have moments where I think, who am I to be doing this? There are editors way better than me. Why would anyone hire me? For the first year, I let that voice stop me. I thought I am not good enough yet. I need to learn more. I need a bigger portfolio. I need to be more confident, and I stayed stuck. Then I realized something. Confidence does not come before action. It comes after action. You don't become confident by by waiting until you feel ready. You become confident by taking action despite not feeling ready. You become confident by sending that DM even though you are nervous. You become confident by pitching a client even though you think they will say no. You become confident by posting content even though you are scared of judgment. The editors who make it are not the ones who wait until they feel confident. They are the ones who act despite their imposter syndrome. So here is my advice. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting to feel confident. Stop waiting until you are good enough. Just act, send the DM, post the content, reach out to a client, do it scared, do it nervous. Because the only way out of imposter syndrome is through it. And the only way through it is action. I promise you, the first time you land a client, you will realize that your imposter syndrome does not matter. What matters is that you took action anyway. So let me tie this all together, because these 5 things don't work in isolation. They work together as a system. You focus on client acquisition, not just editing skills. You pick one niche, not trying to be everything to everyone. You build relationships, not just sending generic DMs. You develop your personal brand, not just a portfolio. And you act despite your imposter syndrome, not waiting until you feel ready. That's exactly how I went from grinding for $10 gigs to charging 3 to 4 figures per project. Not by becoming a better editor, but by understanding these 5 principles and actually implementing them. Do this consistently and I promise you will land your first client within 30 days. So if you found this video valuable, please make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I am putting out content every week on how to build a real freelance editing business with real strategies that actually work. See you in the next one.